say this is a weekly chart. Right, we have that candle. Right here's another candle. Let's make it a little smaller. Right? This candle closes beneath this candle's low, right? So we close beneath it. My eyes go to this candle, right? This candle takes it, but closes back inside of this candle's range. My eyes go to mean threshold and the high of this candle, right? This is all you have to do, right? Weekly closures. Did I spell that right? That looks weird. Closures, PD arrays. That's it. Closures and PD arrays. Old high slash lows. Fair value gaps. OBs. This is it, right? Weekly closures, PD arrays, old highs and lows. 4 hour change in order flow. 4 hour is going to give you your change in order flow. SMT, displacement slash OB. This is all you have to do. Identify the weekly closures and PD arrays. Identify 4 hour change in order flow. How are you going to do that? SMT, displacement, or order block. This right here is all that you need to understand the higher time frame. That's it. This is it. I'm going to put this at the beginning of the video. I don't know why I put this at the end. So welcome to the video, I guess. Enjoy the rest of the video. So yeah. What is good, YouTube? We are back with another video. If you guys are not in the free Discord, go join it. It is the first link down below. Today's video is going to be going over how to read the higher time frame, right? Somebody or a few people in the Discord got confused about reading the higher time frame charts. So we're going to go over how to understand the order flow, understand when we could flip order flow, and so on, right? Everything for me starts on the weekly chart, right? I don't really look at the monthly. I just don't look at it much, but everything for me starts on the weekly. Every new week I look at the weekly and see, are we delivering from a PD array, right? A weekly imbalance, order block, or an old high or an old low. That is all I'm looking for, those three things, right? Now, if we are not delivering from that, right? So let's say we're coming into this week right here, right? We're well above all-time highs, right? So what do we want to be looking for, right? This is whenever I use that 3 candle pattern, right? I wait for this and then a flip in order flow to go target down here, right? And then if we go down to the weekly or the daily, most of the time that high is going to be formed on a Wednesday or a Thursday, right? So right here you guys can see it was formed on a Thursday, right? So if we do not have a PD array or an old high or an old low, I will use that 3 candle pattern, right? Now, if we do have an imbalance or something, so right here, what are we coming into with this week right here, or this week right here, right? We closed above this candle's high and we opened up a fair value gap, right? So I'm going to be more bullish, right? There is bullish order flow going on, right? We have flipped order flow, we have a breaker, everything aligns with bullish order flow to continue well above all-time highs. Excuse me, right? So what I'm looking for going into the week is us to come into this imbalance, right? I don't care, like, let's go down to the 4 hour. I don't care to not take a trade. Like, take this week for an example. I didn't trade at all until today. Today was my first trade, right? So coming into this week, right? So right here is Monday, right here, right? Probably not going to be having a trade on Monday. Probably not going to be having a trade on Tuesday. Oh, wait, Tuesday, right? Okay, so maybe a trade on Tuesday could have occurred, right? But my main target or my main focus would have been on Wednesday, right? Because we now have an expansion, right? I know this could be considered hindsight, but right, 4 hour. We're looking at this order block right here, right? This is the candle that dug down in beneath all these lows. The last down close candle that came into the fair value gap, right? This is an up close. Close above it. This candle right here is going to determine order flow, right? This is how you read the higher time frame, right? If we close above this and we continue to respect it, we're going to continue higher, right? So coming into Tuesday, I see the overnight session has came into this order block, right? Monday, 10 a.m. That's New York Open. We weren't doing anything. So Tuesday would have been a focus, right? Overnight session traded into it. 10 a.m. opens up. Would have been focused on that 10 a.m. candle, right? I know it's not that big, but I would have been focusing on longs to see if we could get that push higher, right? And then obviously Wednesday, absolute ripper. Thursday, right? And then we hit that draw on liquidity up at these highs. That's literally it, right? Wednesday would have been a nice targeted focus, right? If we go down to the 15-minute, I really don't want to look at these lower time frames, but it is what it is. Right here, 15-minute order block, 15-minute swing low, turtle soup this candle right here, ride higher, right? We're coming in every, like, my trading style is I'm not going against my weekly bias. If I don't get a trade throughout the week until my bias is aligned, then I'm not trading, right? So right here, right? Weekly fair value, actually we can do this week right here, right? Weekly fair value gap, let's just zoom in, right? Right here. Weekly fair value gap. We closed above this candle's high, right? What am I? I'm bullish. This is all I'm doing, right? Closed above this week's high. Weekly candle closure above this candle. Daily or weekly fair value gap. I'm going to wait for a tap into here and then see if we can ride it higher, right? So right here, we tap into it. We actually create a bunch of low resistance liquidity, but I'm pretty sure we form an SMT with all these lows right here, right? These past couple weeks have been honestly really choppy, so it's not really the greatest, but this is the last down close candle, right? We close above it, then we never retake this low, right? So this candle right here would be acting as my order block. Tap into it, we continuously hold it. Now, if we measure out mean threshold of this entire candle, you can see the time we close above it, we do get a closure below mean threshold, but then we regain it and then continue to hold it, right? And then we continue higher. So this happened on a Tuesday, right? So we came into it on a Tuesday. I probably wouldn't have traded. Maybe I would have took a long on this candle right here. Actually, I might have. I think I did take a trade on October 1st. Either way, Wednesday I would have been coming in bullish, right? We get a nice 10 a.m. candle to rip us higher into this fair value gap. Boom. Day's over, right? Thursday, once again, coming in bullish. Takes both sides. So maybe I didn't take a trade that day, right? Friday, coming in bullish, and so on and so forth, right? Actually, maybe I didn't come in bullish on Friday. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyways, this is all I'm doing to read the higher time frame, right? Weekly level, right? And then you see that we come up and take this high, right? We have taken this low. We have displacement back above the range, fair value gap, right? Fair value gap. ES did continuously respect this, so right, so this weekly fair value gap right here, ES did continuously respect it. NQ came down and traded into that rejection block, which comes into a daily order block, right? So ES continuously respected this. What happens here, right? Candle closure above. This draw, this should be the draw, right? We come into this fair value gap, right? So what am I for this week? I'm bullish once we enter that fair value gap, right? So we enter this fair value gap right here. Coming into Tuesday, I'm bullish. 10 a.m. gives us a nice rip higher, right? And then we actually formed all these equal highs. Dude, I remember this. This was the most annoying thing. We made a bunch of equal highs right here. Then we fell off, right? So now you're just you flip bearish, right? We have displacement beneath this low. If we were gonna continue higher, we would have from here, right? Because this becomes your order block, right? Takes a low, weekly fair value gap, closure above, disrespects the order block. That's whenever you say to yourself, okay, we probably could flip bearish from here, right? So coming into this day, What are we? We take a high. We have an SMT here. 10 a.m. sells off, right? Sells off. What happens here? Turtle soup, fair value gap, sells off, right? And then we hit that weekly rejection block. Now what? Wait. You're waiting. Excuse me. You're waiting, right? Right here's your first sign if we're going to flip order flow. Comes down, taps it, continues, right? Right here. Now it is confirmed, right, with an SMT, right? Now we have an SMT. Now if we displace higher, we're flipping order flow, right? This is whenever you can start saying, okay, we're delivering from a weekly. This high should become the draw. 4 hour is our main target, right? We're planning trades off of this 4 hour chart. Fair value gap, boom, rips higher at 10 a.m., right? Fair value gap continuously respects it, right? Every day at 10 a.m., we either get bought up from it, right? 10 a.m., bought up from it. That's actually 2. Is that FOMC? Might have been FOMC right here. Then we continue higher right here, fair value gap. 10 a.m., drives into it, continues higher right here. 10 a.m., digs into it, goes higher, right? And then we hit that draw Wednesday at 10 a.m., right? I think that was the draw. Was it? Yeah, that was the weekly draw. This is all-time highs, right? Then what do, right? We just hit a weekly high and fair value gap. Now you wait for the 4 hour reaction, right? Right here, takes this candle's high, closes back inside. We don't care about these fair value gaps. What has to happen now to continue higher? Turtle soup, right? Which occurs here, this low, which also is that weekly fair value gap, right? Fair value gap here, comes into it, turtle soups this high, protected high, right? What time is that? 10 a.m. distributes us lower, 6 a.m. took this high inside that fair value gap, right? Before we take, oh no, never mind. I thought we came into here before we took that low, right? 6 a.m. drives lower, 10 a.m. takes that low, and then we form an SMT here. Boom, flip in order flow, right? I mean, I don't know what else, like, okay, now this is going to be the end of the video, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I know that I just did this at the beginning. I recorded it at the end, but it makes more sense to put it at the beginning. So if you guys are not in the free Discord, go join it. It is the first link down below. But I'm going to get out of here. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.